Hello and welcome back to GT Retro World. Well, today we're finally going to have a look at this little radio that was sent in from Retekess. And this was sent in to me about a month ago, but through certain events it's kept me from obviously doing any videos. Anyway, this is a Retekess TR110. That's the box it came in. As you can see, it's just a little thing. It comes with a USB-A to USB-C cable, lanyard, the usual suspect, a set of headphones, stereo pair with a few extra ear pieces in there. I think they're the same size. Yeah, they're the same size, those. So those are spares. A little bag, which is quite neat. Feels quite nice actually. So you probably get the radio in there as well as your bits and bobs. Yeah, so it's a good size little bag that. You'll get everything in there. This is the manual. As you can see, it's fairly thick. It's going to cover a lot of languages. So we'll have a little brief look at this. It's quite small, I might add. So I'm fairly certain there should be an online manual for this. So I'll give you a little look at this. That's the contents. So yeah, we've got English, German, French, Italian, Spanish and Japanese by the looks of it. And there's a look at the packing list. You might want to pause the video there for a second. There's plenty of there for you to read. I won't go through all that, I'll just bore you. Yeah, there's a brief look around that. Right, can you see there, guys? Again, pause that. Operation cautions. To be honest, I've had a little look at this and it's very similar to the TR113 on a very small scale. I mean, the radio is a lot smaller, so that's the manual anyway, and that's the bits and bobs. Right, now let's go on this radio. Wow. Dear God, look at the size of this. Wow, that is tiny. I've popped the back of this off because I wondered where the battery was, because there's no battery in the box, and I've seen some previous videos where the battery's in the box. Now this is how this came to me, so we'll pull the battery cover off, and there we go. Look, the battery's underneath there in a bag, so we'll take that out of there. This is the first time I've done this, but I did notice it was there already. I just wanted to show you guys. So we'll take this out. It's a BL5C battery. Obviously it's lithium ion battery, and it is a 3.7 volts and 1000 milliamps. And there you go. So that's back on there. Oh, now it's lit up straight away. Now it's the first time I've seen this light up. So obviously that's a clock. That's your seconds, and that's the temperature on the top of there. Right, okay. So what we'll do first, we'll have a little look around this. I'll just go by the obvious really. So we've got a USB-C port. That's for charging it and also powering it if the battery's flat. This is a tune and dial on the side of here. Can you see there, guys? It actually says tune there. That's your tune. On the top of here we have your headphones out. We've also got an antenna socket there, which I'll probably be using this again, this trusty little jack. Right, anyway, that's from Canny Components. Good little jack, get them from anywhere anyway, and that'll go straight into there, just like the TR113, because obviously this antenna is going to be quite feeble for my location, that's for sure. So let's have a look at this antenna. Dear God, that is tiny. Look how thin that is. It's solid, that though, but it's yeah, pull that out to have a little look. So others have said that this antenna is about 12 inches long. It's not, it's a lot longer than that, that's for sure. Let me get a measuring stick. Excuse me, coughing. Still getting over this nasty bug. Right, okay, let's have a little look at. Let's have a look. We're going old school. It's about 21 inches thereabouts. 21 inches, that keeps us old boys happy over here, and the Americans. So 21 inches, so like I say, it's a lot bigger than the 12 inches that people were quoting. And I'll give you a little look along it. I'll try not to drag on too much. Which it's very thin. Anyway, we'll get this back in there. Yeah, when you see that there, when you put that in there, can you see it's a bit bendy, but she's away anyway. Right, so there we go. That's a little look around the radio, and that's all we need to know. Oh, there's a little belt clip on the back as well. There's some information on here as well if you want to have a look at that there. Let's get you, there we are, that's focused in. So anyway, that's a look around the radio. Oh, and there, can you see that's where the lanyard goes in there? Look, see, top of here. Anyway, that's a look at that. Right, okay. So what we'll do now, we'll power it up and have a little look around it there. So, power button on the top. Right, there we go. There we go. Okay. I tell you, that display is really clear. Like, I don't know if you're getting that on there. Let's have a little look. Try and get it up to there a bit. You behave yourself, camera. That display is really clear. Okie dokie. Anyway, let's peel this off there. Ooh. Right. Let's have a look at the specifications of this little thing. So, we have got your broadcast band, which is, we're on at the moment, as you can see there, guys.
Who's written a book called Growth: A Reckoning. Alright, growth is the holy grail, Daniel,
That's
right?
just off the normal telescopic antenna.
Very good to be with you. Yes,
that's
yeah,
clear as a bell, that,
I think
very
it
nice.
is, and we
turn that down a bit.
desperately
Right, so that covers the usual 87.5 to 108. You can see along the top of here we've got the SNR. Yeah, so that's your signal to noise ratio. We've got volume, and we've got DX and local. We're on DX at the moment, obviously. I can't make the backlight still on, which is a bit of a shame. So that's pops off after about 10 seconds. We're in stereo, as you can see there on the screen. Okay, so that's FM broadcast band. So we're going to change the band on here. That's medium wave. See if we can hear anything yet. I just realised there, when I plug the antenna in, it changes the actual frequency. Weird. Anyway, that's medium wave. And obviously that's AM, it's 520 to 1710 kilohertz. Anyway, we'll shift on to shortwave, and that was on SSB. So have a little look. I thought we were going to plug this in this time round. So here we have shortwave, and shortwave is 3.2 megahertz to 30 megahertz. I'm on 20 meter band at the moment, as you can hear. It's a bit flat at the moment conditions, but anyway, that's your shortwave band. We'll have a bit more of a flick around later on. I'll try and get some decent examples. Turn that back down again. So next we have the air band. An air band covers 118 to 138 megahertz. Then we have the CB band. Now the CB band's quoted quite differently than what this actually covers. This covers 25 megahertz to 28 in FM. Narrow FM that is. I have no idea if anyone's on, but let's have a little check. So again, if you just turn the tuning knob on the side, you can see that little step triangle flashing. Can you see? Until that flashes, you can't do anything with your step. So see it flash, there we go. We move that along. Okay, and there we are, we can I'm doing this without my glasses on. It's very quiet on 19, that's for sure. But again, I'll do some samples later on. I'll get a few sorted out. So that's your CB band. So VHF, UHF, they'll go from 30 megahertz all the way up to 520, and as you can see there, guys, there's 40 megahertz, 50, 60, 70, and it keeps going really all the way up to the 520 non-stop. So it's quite wide and vast, isn't that really? So that's your VHF, UHF. You've got your weather band, which is 162,400 to 162,550. Obviously this is your mode button. And say for instance we go to shortwave. At the moment we're on SSB, which is basically USB. So To change the mode, press set, scroll along. You can see that flashing there, and you've got a choice of USB, which, or SSB should I say, which is USB, LSB, which is flashing as you can see, and on shortwave. Okay. Also on this set button we can change the bandwidth, as you can see there. At the moment we're at 4 kHz wide. We can also put the automatic squelch on, it's off at the moment. Memo is the presets, as you can see I've preset that there, I've just put one in. That's your presets. This here is your lock button. If you hold that in, you can see that little key there just flashing away. Can you see that, guys? Hold it in again, and there we go, and that's as easy as that.
Tim is in Moffat, beautiful southern Scotland. Hi, Tim.
Hi.
What do you think?
Well, I'm just sick of everybody moaning, basically. We all need to knuckle down and pay a little bit towards improving the country. You know, if you want a better NHS, you want education improved, you want schools improved, children's futures improved, you want social care, everyone has to pay for it at some point.
Well, how much more tax do you want people to pay? Because we're...
Well, I live in Scotland. I pay 1% more.
Yeah. What does that get you?
Well, I think in Scotland, for example, there's free prescriptions for everybody, so it gets me that.
Anyway, that's a simple look around it. Oh, you can see on there as well when I plug the antenna in. Can you see on here? There, look. So we've got DX at the moment. As soon as we plug this in, we can have DX and local, we can attenuate it, but I find you don't really need it with this. It seems to be, it's not like super sensitive anyway, it's just about right, I think. So when you plug that in, you can see there, it'll come on the display. External antenna. You have a little look at that display. Let's have a little look. Hopefully you can get that in there, guys. So anyway, that's a little look at it. I mean, there's not really a lot to say about it really. I'm still learning myself with it. There's not a lot to learn, it's just basically the button presses really, but other than that it's pretty straightforward. I mean, if it had a direct keypad on it, it would have been a lot easier, like, but it doesn't really matter. You get used to it in the end by using the step function. Like, it's not rocket science. But yeah, do I recommend this thing? If you can pick it up for like 40-50 quid, I would say it's an absolute bargain. I think that's probably what it's worth really. The size alone, I mean, let me just show you this for instance. This is an old Commodore 64 game, and that's a cassette we've got there, guys. You can see it's about, the cassette's a little bit bigger and they're about the same depth, and well, you know what, I tell you what, it's probably about the same size as a cassette. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it's about the size of a cassette. The cassette's a little bit bigger, but obviously it's a bit deep with that. But yeah, if you look at these two back to back, you realise that this is a small radio. So on that note, I would say it's actually worth having. A good battery life on it as well. In fact, the battery life's fantastic on it. But yeah, if you can pick up 40-50 quid, I would say that's worth it all day long, that thing. It's great just having the shack. It's great for testing radios. So if you can pick it up for a good price, it's worth it, I would say. Just a bit, I'd say it's a bit of a toy really, but it's more than a toy. I'm just trying to decide, I'm trying to think of anything real negative about it, to be honest. Like I say, if it had a direct keypad, it would be nice, but obviously you're not going to fit it in there, are you really? You'd have to have the speaker on the back. Or a bit smaller speaker, that's for sure. So yeah, yeah, I'm going to recommend this, definitely, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. Just the size of it. It is made of plastic, but like I say, it's rock solid. You know, it feels solid enough in my opinion. Like, and you can see the display there, guys. It's a lovely clear display. So yeah, I mean, considering what it'll do, if you can get it for a decent price, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Anyway, hopefully it's been of some use, and I might try and do a bit more with these in the future anyway. Maybe it's out and about, just see how they work. And hopefully it's been of use, and we'll catch you in the next one. Catch you later, guys.